season opener for the BMW IBSF two-man bobsleigh World Cup at Whistler in Canada. The fastest ice track on the planet is always a challenge. 31-year-old American driver Frankie Del Duca, in only his third World Cup start, proved in the first run that this track is one to be taken seriously. And again, falling out of 50-50, it was Cedric Follador who repeated that in the second heat. Towards the front of the field, our Olympic two-man bronze medalist Christoph Harfer. He was in the top 5 after the first of 2 runs, just a quarter of a second off the lead. First thing to do, though, was to hold off the challenge from the man who had preceded him on the ice, Canada's Taylor Austin. A good second heat from the Canadian in only his second ever World Cup race left Harfer under pressure on a track that he does not know at all well. Nevertheless, his class showed, and he speared away to a 3/10 advantage. Harfer led, but there were 4 sleds remaining. Michael Vogt was the best of the Swiss, with regular brakeman Sandro Michel, and they too were in the hunt for the medals. 2/10 away from gold, but only 800ths away from the bronze. Vogt had made mistakes in the first heat and tried to tidy them up in the second. The speed was good, the run was there, but was it enough? Just squeezed ahead of Christoph Harfer at the line. Vogt had lost pace in his second heat, and that left Hansi Lochner perhaps a little freer to attack. And that's a good thing, because Lochner had injured his back, twisting it badly, making his bed in the hotel room during the week. He was in a degree of pain, but it didn't show. What did show, though, was despite his top speed, the gap over Vogt was coming down. This was going to be close at the line, only a few hundredths of a second in it, heading down to the final turns, and Hansi and his medal hung in the balance. Would it be Switzerland or Germany to claim the first bronze medal of the season? In the end, by 200ths, Johannes Lochner held on. Lochner led with 2 to go, and the final 2, Brad Hall of Great Britain and Francesco Friedrich of Germany, were separated by just 100th in the first heat. Brad Hall and Taylor Lawrence, his brakeman in the first World Cup race together in the two-man, had 2 start mishaps, despite which they still had great speed on the ice, and Brad was driving up a storm on a track in which he previously finished 4th in the World Championships in 2019. Racing away from Hansi Lochner, his eyes were on trying to overhaul the greatest driver of a two-man sled ever, Francesco Friedrich.
Oh, I can't swear.
Friedrich and Alexander Schuller, who now is a real brakeman, having suffered a crash early in paid training, they were the ones to beat at the start of the week and all the way through training, and they remain so, easing away from Brad Hall with a much tidier second heat. Friedrich does make mistakes, he just doesn't usually repeat them. His first heat wasn't clean, his second heat was much better. A little worrying 50-50, but nothing to write home about. He came across the line, adding another 10th to his advantage to seal the first win of the new season. His 101st World Cup medal, Francesco Friedrich the winner and the leader of the World Cup after round 1.